Besides your main, is there a character that seems interesting but for whatever reason you never actually got around to playing them? For me, that is Zafina. Her macabre fighting style has always been incredibly unique since her introduction in Tekken 6, but it was in Tekken 7 where she really got interesting to me, and it all came down to her redesign. Even without having a story as a DLC character, her visual design was so great it told the story for her. Incorporating Azazel to her appearance and attacks was pure genius. It was since then she's been crawling in the back of my mind to pick up and play, but I still never did. In this video I want to dig into the source of this hesitation. Part of it is the resistance to playing a new character in general. I enjoy how much expression you have as a player in Tekken, how many options you have, and the depth of your ability to optimize all those options. And it's near limitless with Yoshimitsu, so I've played him almost exclusively since Tekken 6. The journey of mastering the character has really been fun, and it still is. There's a certain pride that comes with being a character specialist and having expertise, and I know I still have a long way to go. So starting a new character and halting that progress with my main and going back to not knowing my buttons, my combos, my strategies, is less than appealing. Even with Master Raven, a character whose design I adored, I didn't get around to actually playing her for like 3 or 4 years into Tekken 7 even though she was available since launch. It was a slow learning process then, playing so little at a time, so I figured it wasn't a good use of that time learning a new character instead of having fun with the one I know. Thankfully, I was dead wrong. Not only can it still be fun, but it's also kind of important. Getting the obvious out of the way, yes, learning new characters will help you in the matchup against those characters. By playing them yourself, you have a far better understanding of their strengths and weaknesses that you can apply when fighting them. Just as important, in my opinion, is how much fun it can be to play other characters. When you eventually get familiar with a new character, having that other option to play besides your main allows you to play in a different way, which helps keep the game fresh and hold its value. But when does that happen, right? How long will I need to slog through learning Zafina until I get to the good part? The part where I got my combos down, I'm flowing between stances and feeling free and confident. It can take quite a while. Optimally and obviously, the entire process of getting to that point should still be fun. And it can be, but there's a prerequisite that I had forgotten over time. That is, to embrace playing Tekken at a lower level. Now, I don't mean to start scrubbing it. I'm sure most players have no issues switching up their characters, especially if you're just playing casually. But for some of us, there's this subconscious ego that's like, I'm more than just a casual player. I spent years in this game. I know how to use frame data. I'm up on Tekken, Twitter, and subreddit. Clearly, I must always play at my best with my best character to keep pushing my limits and validate all the time I spent playing this game and still not being remotely competitive. The sentiment being that the good-ass Tekken is the only Tekken worth playing. If you found this video, then I know you know what I'm talking about. It's a popular opinion, and while it's not inherently bad, it can minimize the other ways to enjoy the game. I want to get good, absolutely, but I'm also playing to have fun, and since I find improving with my character fun, it should be no surprise that it's still the case with other characters. I'm motivated to play Zafina, but I need to actually start somewhere. Just a few buttons, some punishers, and some bread and butter combos. I'm looking to play and get confident with those, then keep adding from there. With this, I'm enjoying the new journey again. It doesn't really matter all that much if I'm purple, red, or even yellow rank with my side characters, because now I don't have that expectation of performing at my best, and it's honestly refreshing. Like, yeah, you're gonna be worse, but you already know that going in. You can give yourself the grace of being a novice and allow yourself to enjoy the novelty and discoveries that come with it. I'm looking forward to finally adding Zafina to my small roster of characters. If you also have characters you've been interested in, hopefully now you'll consider giving them a shot. Ultimately, this discussion really boils down to leaving your comfort zone. We all have comfort zones in the different areas of our lives, and it's important to have them because we need places and states of mind where we have control, confidence, and safety. For me, there are definitely times though where I'm feeling stuck or drained, whether it's towards work or just how I'm spending my time in general. It's during those times where I take a pause and try to make some kind of change, whether it's to my actions or to my attitude towards them. So I think it's equally important that we occasionally step out of our comfort zones because it allows us to learn something new, make meaningful decisions, and basically enrich our lives. On the flip side, when we don't, our zone decays and becomes more rigid, more confining, and the daily routines that we do within it become harder to break. Even when we like our routines now, our circumstances, desires, needs will change as time goes on, so we will have to make changes too, whether we want to or not. Regularly leaving the comfort zone on our own terms allows us to take that power rather than being completely beholden to our environment. It actually grows our comfort zone, our confidence, making it less and less daunting each time we do. It does take effort though, and in my experience, it's better not to do too much at once. For some people that might be going to a social event for an evening, for others perhaps trying a new recipe at home, or maybe something as small as playing a different character in a video game, or playing in a different way. Anyway, thank you for watching. That's enough talk. Time to make something happen.